Good day. I hope everyone's had a really good day, or is about to have a really good day. It is currently 7:15 UK time, and what we're going to be doing a bit today, as a bit of an impromptu stream, is we're going to be revisiting, or I'm going to be revisiting, a game that I played off and on since it came out in 2001, which is Anarchy Online. For those who haven't heard of it, it is one of... When I say one of the original modern graphical MMORPGs, you can get into a rabbit hole of discussion as to like what that actually means. But in this case, it came out before World of Warcraft, after EverQuest, the original EverQuest. So it holds a lot of older older styles of game design at the time. The MMO market was really still trying to find its way, and a lot of things hadn't been standardized yet. So what is Anarchy Online? Well, Anarchy Online is a cyberpunk-y, sci-fi-ish MMO, which is based on the planet of Rubica. It is set during a period of conflict on this planet between Omnitech, the corporation that ostensibly owns the planet, and the clients, who were the workers under Omnitech who rose up and rebelled. The game follows relatively standard MMO progression. You pick a class and you level them up, but the classes can be built differently. And I'm going to get into that as we go. To try and explain the different types of builds. So they also had a lot of classes which didn't fit in the standard class sort of makeup that a lot of modern MMOs currently have. There were characters like tanks, damage dealers, and healers, and like long-range damage dealers. But there were also classes that had a lot of flexibility in them, which modern MMOs don't tend to have. So, for example, you have the Trader, which is the class I'm going to be looking at today. The Trader is a class which can steal skills from an enemy to use it to buff themselves and to buff their teammates by raising their skills, by stealing from the others. They can also stun or mez enemies, as well as doing some damage. They are kind of a support character-ish. The other thing about Anarchy Online that's worth understanding is this is an MMO where a lot of high-end content is restricted by teams. It's a group-based game, more so than World of Warcraft. Yes, okay, World of Warcraft has raids, but a lot of what you can do in World of Warcraft is you can complete the game without a team. Anarchy Online was built with the idea that everyone would join teams to work through. So, I'm going to start the game up now, and I'm going to just pause the music. And hopefully I don't deafen you when I start Anarchy Online. Yes and no. It's been dead for a very long time, officially. But there's still a few thousand people. The trick about it being dead is... You know when I said, hey, this is a game which really is quite team-based? Yeah. Yeah. You've probably seen the Newland, God, what's it called? Newland Waste Management stream, which is the one I was looking at today, going, oh yeah, I remember this. So when I was saying it's quite a team-based game, the thing is that there are two types of accounts Yeah, that's the one. Um, you could have a free to play account, and this was one of the first games that actually really pushed the whole free to play idea out there. I think it was probably the first that I know of that did free to play. And free to play, and this is what we're doing today, free to play, or being a froob in Anarchy Online terms, means you can basically play the classic game, but the expansion packs were disabled. You could then buy um, your expansion packs and then pay the subscription. But because the problem is that Anarchy Online is in a bit of a spiral, and that spiral is you need a team to reach end game content. So what? But because the player base is low, people basically they don't bot it, but they basically like multi-box, and so you'll have a full team of people being played by one person. The problem is with that is then the teams get more exclusive, which means it's harder for people to get groups, which means the player base drops, which means more people multi-box, and it's been in that sort of cycle for 10 years. But I do think that there is a lot to AO which is actually worth looking at and worth experiencing. It was a very novel game for the time. Um, and it has a lot of backstory, a lot of interesting, for me at least, interesting. It's a very interesting setting, and the mechanics of the classes and the way you can build classes are actually still very unique within the MMO market as it currently is. Um, so I do think it's still playable. I still think it actually holds up remarkably well in the current market. I just feel like with a lot of games, it lost to World of Warcraft. And then Funcom, the publisher and developer of this game, moved on to other projects and got heavily into publishing games under other IPs, because Funcom also did Age of Conan, Conan Exiles, the weird Conan Smash game. I don't know. And they also did The Secret World, which is their other attempt at an MMO, which is also similarly kind of going through its own weird death spiral. So I'm going to hit new character.
Welcome to Ruby Ka Territorial Space. We are about to dock with the Morningstar Space Station. Please return to your assigned space. Security locks will be engaged prior to gravity fall. Welcome to the Morning Star. In a short while, you will be ferried down to the surface of Ruby Ka, where a new life awaits you. Please proceed through the laboratories and create the identity you wish to take on. Good luck. Please select breed and gender.
Okay, so gender is exactly what you would expect it to be. Breed is race, in a simple way of putting it. So you have from left to right
Solitus male selected.
the Solitus, which is your general sort of standard human. It's the most common breed in the galaxy. It's a fairly average build. For basically any profession, works well with the Solitus. I can't think of one that doesn't. After that, you then get really specialized. So you then have Opifex.
Opifex male selected.
And the Opifex are the more fast and agile breed. They are your elves, if we really want to put it that way. They are used quite a lot in range builds. And bizarrely, because of their build, I say bizarrely, interestingly, because of their build makeup and what attributes they can raise easier than others, it means that they actually work quite well in certain caster builds. You then have Nanomage.
Male selected.
Nanomage is exactly what it sounds like. It's your caster build. And then last you have the Aatrox.
Aatrox selected.
They are a manual labor race that was created on Rubica. They are a genderless breed. they are exactly what they sound like. They are used in the tank builds. I quite like Aatrox, but actually doing them on caster builds, and that's kind of what I'm going to be doing today, it makes building them with an Aatrox not impossible, but very resource intensive and very money intensive. And although I have a main account which I could funnel money from to make that work, I don't want to do that because I want to try and treat this as if it were a new player coming in. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick Opifex.
Opifex male selected. Opifex female
They're
selected.
going to go female because they just look slightly better than the Opifex male.
Please choose your appearance.
Medium height, medium build, because slender build is starvation build, and heavy build just looks a bit silly. So you can then cycle through the heads. A lot of these heads have been in the game unchanged since they originally were created. Some were added after the fact. Yeah, it does look normal average, but it's I think it's the way it fits their heads. I don't know. We'll go with heavy. Some of these heads are so dorky. I've looped around at this point. Yeah, I know they're dated. Let's put it that way. So interestingly, they did. I am using the second version of the client, which looks slightly better. I think you mean. Lost it now. Where is it? Anyway, we'll try that. What was I saying? Oh, my brain. Yeah, so a lot they have actually added a second version of the client, which had some better graphics, but they never actually bothered to remake the engine, and they never really bothered to change the models. So you'll see that the background, for example, is considerably better looking than the characters. You'll see this quite a lot. It gets quite jarring, especially when you start seeing the different armors that come through.
Please select a profession.
So this is the other thing. There are a lot of classes here. Why is it capturing my mouse today? Hang on a sec. No, it's capture cursor's off. It must be the hardware cursor must be overriding it. Oh well. So there's a lot of different classes. So just to quickly go through them.
Metaphysicist selected.
The Metaphysicist is a pet class. It has multiple pets. You have an attack pet, a stun pet, and a heal pet. It controls blobs, so you can't really see the blob. You can't really see the blob, but you'll see them in game. They're these weird fleshy things that follow the guy around. Most people refer to them as the Metaphysicist balls. Keeper and Shade are limited to expansion packs. I think I can still click them. No, I can't, but I can explain what they are.
Adventurer selected.
The Adventurer is this is a very neutral. It has a bit of everything. It has range combat. You can do range combat. You can do melee combat. You can do a little bit of healing. You can do a little bit of buffing. It mostly is good for soloing. Soldier
selected
is mostly a tank. It does do some damage, but it is mostly a tank class. In fact, I think it is still the best tank class in the game.
Fixer selected.
The Fixer is one of the first sort of oddity classes, as I would call them, like one of the classes that is really unique to Anarchy Online. So what the Fixer does is buff. It has no real damage, but it does have speed buffs, dodge buffs. It has some weapon buffs, and the big thing that it can do is both the speed buffs and it has heal over times. It has really good heal over times, which is it's one of its main draws. Not great damage, but the other thing it can do, which is really useful, is it can basically forcibly upload the team into the matrix. It's called the grid. Basically, if you want to use a fast travel, you either need to use a terminal or find a fixer. Otherwise, you're walking or you're flying your flying car. But the fixer can instantly upload you into the grid, so you can instantly travel. And that in Anarchy Online is huge. Because a lot of the time with teams is traveling, and if a fixer can just go, right, I'm going to move us here, and you can be there in 10 seconds as opposed to a 5-10 minute walk, it's huge.
Agent
The
selected.
agent is yet another one of the stranger classes. It is on the face of it like your range sniper damage like class, but it can also steal things from other professions. So it can adopt any of the other different professions and use a certain amount of the spells or buffs from other professions as its own. This can mean the agent can be quite good for soloing because you can steal the metaphysicist's healing pet, or you can borrow the enforcer's buffs.
Trader selected.
The trader, which I've already kind of talked about, it steals skills. They are also very good at trade skilling. Trade skilling is a fairly big part of the game. A lot of the things you will find is not the dropped item, but a component that needs to be put together, which only two classes can do reliably, which is the trader and engineer.
Doctor selected.
Doctor is exactly what it sounds like. They're a healer.
Enforcer selected.
Enforcer is your standard tank. They can use two-hand weapons, one-hand weapons. They buff themselves. They could do an absolutely absurd amount of damage in the early to mid-game, but as progression goes on, their damage sort of slows down, but their amount of hit points keeps going and going.
Bureaucrat selected.
Bureaucrat is another one of the stranger classes. They are a pet class as well. They have some spells. They have a pet, which is this little android guy. They're one of the best crowd control classes in the game, which means that they can blitz missions basically, so that they will skip through a lot of content just to get to the end to get the reward, which you can do in AO. A lot of people will blitz missions just so they can get the reward that's at the end. You'll see more of that when we're in there, and it'll make more sense.
Martial artist selected.
Martial arter is a monk. It's a monk. That's all it is.
Nanotechnician selected.
And the nanotechnician is your direct damage mage. I've skipped engineer by accident.
Engineer selected.
The engineer is the big pet class of this game, and by big I mean big. Like the robot that engineer is working on is a size slightly too small for how big the engineer's robot is in game. They kind of, again, it's another one of these classes which doesn't really fit, because you'd think with a pet like that they would do a lot of damage or they'd be really good at tanking. They are good at neither, but there are some benefits to having an engineering team, mostly around like buffs. So basically all of these characters can do some buffs, and that is a fairly unique thing. So even if I'm a soldier, it would be really helpful if I had enforcer buffs or engineer buffs or even adventurer buffs or a healer hot. So a lot of these characters like interrelate or work in different ways. Metaphysicist, for example, it gives some of the best spell skill buffs in the entire game. But we're going to do a trader today.
Trader selected. Please name your character.
After however many years of this game going, we're going to play Does This Name Exist Roulette at this point. Oh, no more than 13. Okay. Okay, how many? Alright. There we go. Okay, so the first thing that hits you in the face is the store. These are Funcom points. You spend money, you buy Funcom points. You get daily rewards, but I think, subscriber only. Again, you get that thrown in your face just to remind you that subscribing is a thing. We're gonna disable tips. Okay, so the first thing to note is the UI is an absolute awful mess. So we're gonna just close that. And this right here is the main chat window. It can go to here. And this is our first bar. The other thing is I really hate this UI. So you've got these sort of menu items here. I'm so old that this menu down here has been here for probably most of the game, but I still can't use it. So if we get a GUI control center, I'm going to scroll down and find the mini toolbar. And instantly everything makes more sense to me. Now this UI is a little old. So within your gear, you have a weapons table of items, your armor items, your implants, and your social clothing. You then have actions. But what I really want is my inventory for now. So what we're going to do here is we're going to equip everything that we've been given and add as much stuff as possible. This backpack goes in the back slot. It has increases your max health and nano pool by 10. Health is health. Nano pool is basically your mana. I can't add this belt yet. So that then we have the health and nano recharger. That's our it's a med kit basically, and then we have a stim patch. So the difference between these two is the nano and health recharger can be used only outside of combat, and the health and nano stim can be used in combat. Everything in this game is listed as a QL or quality level, and it will go from 1 to whatever level you end up getting to. Maximum level in this game is 220 plus 20 alien levels. That sounds like a hell of a lot when you are looking at WoW's... I think WoW did a level squish a few years ago, but it was 80. But the levels go very quickly, comparatively, at least initially. So I'm just going to reorder my bar a bit here. I don't need the sprint button, and I don't need the sit button. And we'll keep follow, it can go here. Okay. So I'm going to buff myself with this composite utility buff. It gives me concealment, perception, breaking and entering, computer literacy, treatment, first aid and psychology. And if you're thinking, wow, that's a lot of skills, yes, this game has an absurd amount of skills in it. But the trick is to know what it is you're actually going to be raising, what actually matters for your character. You can see, for example, with the up effects, I'm great with agility and sense, I'm okay with intelligence and psychic, I am absolutely terrible with stamina, and strength isn't great. And then each of these skills that come after the abilities page key in to other abilities from one or more abilities to tell you how much you can raise it by. So here you go. So for example, evade close combat, it has a dependency on 50% agility, 30% sense, 20% intelligence, and that is the same for literally all of these. So for example, as an op effects trader, we're unlikely to go down the martial arts one-hand blunt route, because we're going to really struggle to get the 10% agility. You will get martial arts traders, and that is because of how cheap martial arts is to raise relatively in the early game. Because the one thing that you're going to find quite quickly is that your IP gets very tight throughout the levels. So what we're going to do is I'm going to raise shotguns. We're going to raise sense, agility, intelligence, psychic, and stamina. We're going to leave strength where it is. Stamina is relatively necessary because of health. We're going to take all of these, at least initially. These are body development nanopool, are the skills that raise your health and nanopool respectively. And evade close combat, duck explosions. Duck explosions you don't need as much, to be fair. Dodge, range, and nano resist are exactly what they sound like. It's your resistances and dodges. We are going to skip melee completely. We are taking shotguns, and we're going to raise. We're going to raise range initiative. It's a bit of a point sink, but it'll be okay for now. Range specials, we're going to leave alone. Because right now, the weapon I have at the moment requires none of those things. If I go to the weapon I've equipped, it uses attack seal shotgun 100%. Nanos and casting. So we're going to be careful here because there's a lot of nano lines that are relevant and some that aren't. The weak health funnel is a health steal. It requires time and space and biomat. So we're just going to improve these for now. We're going to save our points otherwise. We're going to increase our nano initiative because that actually is quite important for us as a character. We're not going to touch any of the exploring tab. Oh no, sorry, that's wrong. We will increase run speed, and then we will raise treatment. And we'll need treatment for sticking implants in. And implants are a very large part of this game. The trade and repair, we are going to leave alone. I do want to do trading with this character, trade skilling with this character, but not yet. As you can see, we have 751 points left over. Let's see if I missed anything real quick. Doesn't look like it. I will be doubling back on the nanos later, because there will be other things that I will want to do. Oh, there is. Sorry, I'm wrong. There is one trade and repair thing I want to raise, and that's computer literacy. And the reason computer literacy matters is that this belt requires computer literacy to put on. I can now put it on. And the belt matters because the belt is your deck, your Black Main's belt component platform, and it gives you these 6 deck slots. Well, it gives me 2 for now, but this allows me to put what's called NCUs in. What they effectively do is raise the amount of buffs I can take. So that's a lot of talking about playing the game and not actually playing the game. So we're going to go have a chat with Mr. Rex Larson. He will tell us that we were hiding in a cargo ship and how we did it. And I will say, I don't want to tell you that. We were going to say, he's then going to tell us we're a stowaway, which we are. And we're going to get to the point, and we're going to do a quest. And the quest is to blow up some of these malfunctioning cleaning robots. And release some new ones. You'll see we need to do 4 more. We're going to loot these guys as well for their credits. And also they drop some stuff. They're also pretty good early level experience, so we're probably going to kill a few more than we really need to. That is the sound of my quest telling me it's completed. Oh yeah, and the game's buggy as hell. You can see that these 2 guys I cannot shoot. That's quite normal. At least in this area it's quite normal. So I'm going to move this. This is my compass. not had any drops yet. We usually will get something from this, because we do need the parts to make the newbie weapons. And that wild flailing of limbs was us leveling up. The character will do a backflip, but because I moved, all you got to see was her madly swinging her arms. We don't need to... I'm just going to release the robots. And then go back to Mr. Larson. Alright. And that's that quest completed. And we picked up a new quest that will tell us to go to the next area. But I'm going to grind out one more level up here before we move on. So this area we're in is a ret. It is the newbie area. A lot of this newbie area was built after they released the new client. You don't actually need to use the new client to see it. So a lot of this looks... There we go. Looks quite good, all things considered, but some of the older areas are looking really quite tired, sadly. There are 3 factions in this game. The first one is Omnitech, who are the big bad evil corporation of the game. That's one faction you can join. The clans are another faction you can join. The clans are your freedom fighters stroke terrorists. And there's neutrals. And I think I'm probably going to go neutral. There are some... that is going to mean that I don't get some of the benefits of being Omnitech or clan. Neutrals get less benefits. It's simply how it's always been. They have done some things to ameliorate this, but why am I too far away from it? I'm not. There we go. But they don't get the same benefits as Omni and Clan. The benefit for being a neutral, one of the benefits of being a neutral, is you can go to either of the 2 faction cities and not get shot. Which, if you are an Omnitech character and you go to the clans, you will just get shot. And that is the main reason why I'm going neutral, because I want to be able to like do a tour of Rubica on stream and show people like the different areas. Alright, I want to kill 1 or 2 more just to get the next level. I didn't mean to actually keep going like this. But I got yapping. Alright, there we go. So, I don't... So this is a quest item. Large and partly fused lump of strange tetrahedral CPU bundles. That's needed for another quest quite some distance in. I can only pick up one of these things at any given time. And it's for a quest line that I'm not going to be doing for levels and levels and levels, basically. I am picking up so much crap. But it is useful to have, because getting the items for this quest is an absolute slog. It really, really is. So, we're going to move down, and we're going to have a chat with this guy when he's not shooting something. We're going to help him along. There we go, because I want to have a chat with Marcus Stone. I want to chat with Marcus Stone. So Marcus here is our next quest giver. He is going to tell you... basically, the whole quest line is for me to get a fake identity card so I can get into Rubicar proper. Like, this is effectively a shipping area. And what he wants us to do is he wants us to go and put out a fire. That's literally it. But the whole reason for that is just to show you how to use an item. So we've learned how to open a door, kill some guys, and loot and use an item on something. Now I want to give him his fire extinguisher back, and I get this generic nanotransmitter. All right, so we're gonna we're gonna pick up another quest here that's kind of hidden. Are those wounded workers your guys? And this gives us an item to use on one of the wounded workers. There's a wounded worker down here. I'm going to have a chat with him. We're going to use this item on him. And that's it. Now we just go back again. And we fill this quest in. Fulfill this quest, I should say. And he's shooting something again. So we're going to kill this cleaning robot. I can smell somebody is doing barbecue here. And I say doing barbecue, what I mean is incinerating whatever it is they are quote-unquote cooking. All I've smelled for the last hour is burning meat, and now what smells like burning toast. It's fantastic. This is typical in Britain. No, I can't be hungry when all I can smell is charred whatever the hell it is, right? This is the thing in the UK. We have one good day of weather and everyone gets their barbecues out and then starts like char grilling everything. But it's nice. We've been waiting for good weather in the UK for what feels like most of May, and finally, end of June, we start getting some nice weather. Just in time for COVID to hit the UK again. It's fantastic. So we're going down here, we're going to have a chat with Flint Novak. And we're going to pick up a quest, and this quest is to... yeah, alright. We're picking up a quest, and this quest... You know, I don't know what the quest is. And yet, I know what I have to do, and it's killing these guys. I'm looking for... I remember what it is. I'm looking for an item. The quests... This is the problem when you play these games so much. Like, you end up knowing what to do almost by rote. Quest. Mission. Find a bioanalyzing computer. So I'm looking for this little box here. That's a flea. I'm going to be a little careful here, because right up there, that glowing box is a boss. Thankfully, it's a newbie area, so he won't chase me too far. But I am going to be a bit careful. Mostly because I've not spent any of my IP yet for the last few levels. These are robot parts. I'm going to be using these robot parts for something else. So I'm going to hold on to them for now. I've just opened a trade window with a corpse. I will have to spend IP at some point. Yeah, the monsters are now beginning to take chunks out of me. I will have to spend IP. I'm still not finding the item I want. X to sit, F1 to target myself, use the heal pack, and we're back in business again. While this fight's going on, I'm going to relook at my abilities very quickly. So what level am I now? 4? I'm 5, okay. Ah! It dropped. There it is. We now need to go to... I think we need to go to a person called Alex? Alex Gibbs. So, I'm not going to do that yet. And the reason I'm not going to do that yet is I have to run a gauntlet through some higher level robots. So we're just going to quickly update these. So you'll notice that last time I spent all my IP, it maxed out what I could spend. And then now it's moved it down again. You'll see this a lot. So if I go in here, like, you can see that I spend it up to that point, that maximal point for my level. We're just going to go through and raise Not, I'm going to raising it for now, but things will start getting tight IP wise in the near-ish future. So basically, within each there's sort of like bands of ranges. Bands of ranges. That's not what I meant to say. Bands of levels. So you can see, for example, my profession title is courier, title level 1. There is an absolute max that I can get, and there's a certain amount of IP that tapers off, and it basically you get the same amount of IP each level within each band, and then so you'll start to really struggle towards the end of a band, and then suddenly you hit the next band, and it'll leap up in IP that you can earn per level. It's an odd design. I'm not sure why they chose to do it that way. It seems a little pointless to me, but what do I know? So that's us up to date, and we're gonna wander around here. The cursor being on stream is kind of annoying. Usually I don't like to see it being broadcast because I think it looks a bit crap, but I think it's because of the hardware cursor. I don't want to have to mess around with it too much if I can help it. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to live with it. And that corpse has gone slightly inside that container. Oh, okay. So these are the slightly higher level robots. And these ones are actually aggressive. Or I thought they were. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I've misremembered. I remember them being aggressive, which is why I leveled up a bit more. But anyway, so this is Alex Gibbs. We're going to do a couple of things with Alex here. We're going to give her this unit, and then we'll pick up the next quest. But the other thing I'm going to do now, and this is why I kept the robot parts, is we're going to close that, reopen it. And we're going to grab a quest that says... What did you do around here? Is it under this tree? Okay, no. I thought maybe I have to complete the next quest before she gives me the trade quest. Okay, there's a trade skill quest that just teaches you how to do trade skilling. I'm just going to pop to here. I'm just going to sell a couple of these things just to create some space in my inventory. We will get virtually no credits for this, but that's fine. Currently, you can see down at the bottom here, we have 4,576 credits. This game's economy is absolutely massively inflated. Oh, right, okay. Target... Yeah, no, I've skipped a step. Target the rebuilt and right-click it. Oh, okay. Oh, target the surveillance room. I remember what I'm doing. Good God. It has been a little while. I used to know this entire quest line by almost like muscle memory. So we go up to this surveillance droid, we're going to pick this up, drop it on there. You see that up here it's being used. Okay, that didn't work. Let's try it again. That worked. And we now need to plant a bug. And we're going to plant a bug in this office down here. We're going to do what I call, like, this is for me peak Anarchy Online nonsense. So we're going to pop in here, and the idea is we are going to bug, there's the bug, this plant. And we're bugging this plant so that we can listen into this guy be corrupt, and so that he can be reported. And the next quest here is to then hand it in. But what we're going to do is going to, hey, do you have any work around here? And he goes and says, get me a Bronto burger. So we're going to go get him a Bronto burger. Because there are Brontosauruses in this game, and they are one of the primary sources of meat. So we go here and we go to this guy, and we go to the shopping button, we pick up a Bronto Burger. 30 of our hard-earned credits, and we then turn to go back. I'm not even going to bother putting on the armor that I have picked up because there's a better armor that is just 10 minutes later into the game. So we have his Bronto Burger. We're going to give him his Bronto Burger. And then we're going to ask, hey, what do you need help with? And then he's going to say, some of my workers are outside protesting, something about unfair payment or my harsh working conditions. They are all lucky to have jobs here with the ICC. I need you to rough out a couple of the protesters that are forming outside. It's bad for business. Okay, so what we're going to do is you see these protesters. We're going to go out here and shoot. And this is what I mean by peak Anarchy Online. We came here to drop a quest and bug the guy doing corrupt business, and now we're going to go and kill people while we've already planted the bug. Right, so that's that. And we're going to pop over to here. And we're going to return to Kaltiri. And you go, I took care of the protesters. And then he'll send us to go and kill Cedric Harding. So we're going to say, I'll take care of that. Gonna heal myself. And Cedric Harding is all the way down here, by the Bronto Burger stand. Does this game have a little bit of back and forth in it? You bet it has back and forth. So there's our guy. He's a little bit higher level than me. No big deal, though. Now being attacked by two more guys. Okay. So we've now killed a bunch of protesters and Cedric Harding. And you can see he's already respawned. We're going to then now wander back to Kaltiri again. Oh, and we've got these things. So this is a back slot piece of armor. So we have the dock worker's overalls, and it gives a whole series of like buffs to health and nano, defense and protection. You have the brute suit, which is similar but adds offense, max health, and experience. And then you have the nano armor, which adds nano, and also gives 1%. They all give 1% bonus XP. So we're going to wear this one, the brute suit, which I can't wear because my strength needs to be 13. Well, we're going to have to invest something in strength anyway. No big deal. We're likely going to have to max strength out at some point, because we're probably going to need it for implants at some point later on. Okay, it's not going on because I have this on. We need to take off this backpack, and then we put on the brute suit. And the brute suit looks a bit better than the backpack. And we return to Kaltiri, and we say, "Oh yeah, no." He says he doesn't actually want us to come back to him. I forgot that bit of the quest. Okay, so we're now going to walk over, and we're going to deliver the rebuilt sec monitor, and we're going to drop it to Immigration Officer Bill, who's over here, who watched me kill this guy. I didn't do anything. And we're going to hand this surveillance unit over to. Whoops. Try that again. Hand that surveillance unit over to him, and he'll say, it seems he wants to arrange an action before one of the head workers, Cedric Harding. This is awful. I don't know what to do. I can't move forces, and by the time I have found a superior officer, it could all be over. I already killed him. That is peak Anarchy Online. So now the next quest is to... we now need to pop around here to now kill one of Cedric Harding's enforcers. And he is in the next building along. And here is our guy, and we're just going to blow his head off. another level. And we now report back to Alex Gibbs. And we hand the chip over to Alex, and then she upgrades it. Oh, no? Wait a sec. Okay, I missed something. Report to Alex. Okay. Where's the dialogue thing? There you go. I don't think you have to worry about Kateri anymore. And now, this is the trade skill one I wanted. Can you tell me how to make a personalized robot brain? So we're going to say, yeah. And we'll get a quest to then do a sequence of trade skilling quests. So the first thing we need to do is to go to the junk shop here, and buy a screwdriver. Here's our screwdriver. And with the screwdriver, we take the robot junk, and we use the screwdriver on the robot junk. This gives us a nanosensor. Oops, I closed the... Build the following item... Well, buy the following item, the bioanalyzing computer, which is that. Combine the two. Wrong way around. And then we have a basic robot brain. And then we get the next quest, which is to buy a Mastercom personalization device. And then combine the two. And then we get our personalized robot brain, which gives us modify sense +3. Okay. We then... Oh, I need to take it off because I need to show it to Alex. Go back to Alex. And we say, look what I made. And that's... I think that's it. Okay, yeah, that is all we need to do with her. We now will wander over to Stan Goodman. And Stan Goodman is he's a black market dealer, and he's down this way. But first, we're going to have a quick chat with this guy, Patrick Sun. He introduces us to the concept of the insurance terminal. And the insurance terminal is Anarchy Online's respawn mechanic. So he says, up with skirts, down with pants. And you go, what did you say? Yes. Do you know anything about that terminal over there? Maybe. Can you tell me about it? Yes. Who do I have to bribe around here to get straight answers? So he will tell you just to use the terminal, and after I kill you for asking silly questions, you'll be returned to the blue beacon next to me. Let's test this, shall we? And I go, are you going to kill me? And then I go, yes, okay. And then I use the terminal. And that sets my respawn point to here. If I died before, I'd have wound up back, all the way back up on that platform up there. I used the cell scanner. And then I die. So this is actually quite an important mechanic to understand in Anarchy Online, because if you don't, after a certain point in your levels, if you don't save, you will lose all experience that you since your last save or your last level up. So this is a very good quest, because it's kind of a very dated way of going about things. You wouldn't see modern games doing this, I don't think, unless you're playing one of the games which are directly channeling older MMOs. You owe me big time. I'm going to threaten to get a guard, and then he hands me a new belt, which requires computer literacy 76. My computer literacy is 40. We can get it higher because I've been given this this trade skill boost, which includes... Does it include? I thought it... No, it doesn't include computer literacy, but that's okay. It's useful later. So that is us done. I'm gonna heal again and move on. So Stan Goodman's down here. And here is Stan Goodman. I heard you could help me out, so do you have any work for me? Give him the false ID story, and what he'll ask me to do is go and buy a lockpick. We have to go buy a lockpick down here. And we will end up coming back to this guy anyway. I'm also running out of space a bit. I could throw things in my backpack, but I'd rather just sell all this armor I looted. It's kind of pointless for me. This was unfortunately a game that was released before sort inventory was a thing. Why they never added it, I do not know. Inventory management becomes an absolute massive pain in the arse as things go on. But, so, starting out with good inventory management is a must. Did I buy that? I didn't buy it. I'm buying a toolkit, the lockpick even. I open the lockpit, quest updates, and then we are going to go steal some things. So this is the first little like trade market area. Is it this to sneak? This to sneak. There we go. So I'm now going to sneak. Now, everyone can see me because my stealth is absolute garbage, and I'm never going to increase it because I'm not an agent. And we're going to sneak in here. There is a dog somewhere. Oh, there's no dog. There's usually a dog. The dog's gone missing. So we're going to pick this lock, and we're going to get this Antonio Adaptation Factory, and we're going to leave. Where's the dog? I'm worried about the dog's welfare now. And we're going to wander on back to Stan Goodman and hand this in. We're going to need more of these later, sadly, to make some of the newbie items. So we're going to add that. Okay, we need to add more than that. That and that. Is that it? Oh, this as well? Okay, hang on. I'm missing something. Okay. Deliver the Antonio's Adaptation Factory. That's what you're asking for. Okay. That? Oh, I know what it is. It's that, and lastly, the chip thing. I see, that was fun, and we move on to the next thing. The next thing is to talk to Sarah Green. Oh, buy some nanoprograms. I'm going to go buy some nanoprograms now. Nanoprograms are spells. You do have to buy them, and you do have to buy them in as they get replaced as your skills get better. You do not automatically get them. There is our friend Marco Spider. And we're going to... What can you tell me? Nanoprograms, and we're just going to buy them. And we need to find the trader nanoprograms, which will be nanotechnician, shade, soldier, trader. And we're going to buy the trader nanoprogram set for 1337 credits. And then we have a whole abundance of new nanoprograms. Now, I can't use any of these, and the reason I can't use any of these is because I didn't invest in my nano skills. Because I didn't remember which ones I was going to end up needing. So we're now going to go through our nanoprograms. So, the deprived skills is one of for our skill leech spells. We need time and space and psychomodi. So time and space, and then we're going to max psychomodi. Or psychological modifications. Okay, that's one of them. And then we have the second skills. You have Deprive and Ransack. They stack with each other. That also requires the same thing. We have Skill Wrangler, which is a buff. This allows us to give skills to other people. This can be really, really useful for helping to buff people into different higher level weapons than they should be able to use. Then we have the Health Haggler, which is it's a health transfer, basically. Traders can heal other people by sacrificing their own health, but again, that is time, space, and biometamorphosis. So we should have all we need. So we're going to save that. And I'm just going to go through. I can't use those yet. We're going to have to increase attributes. Didn't raise dodge range for a while. That was a mistake. There we go, fixed. Need treatment for implants, and I think we're pretty much there, so we're going to save that. There is actually another nano spell that I haven't got. I don't know if this place sells it. Let's have a quick look. Which is a buff to buff nano spells. No, they don't sell it, so we have to decline that. And okay, we now have to speak to Sarah Green. Now, Sarah Green is the person we want to speak to about armor. I'm just going to quickly pop this backpack open and drop some things in this backpack. Just to make a bit more space for myself. Okay, perfect. I'm going to do a couple of things for Sarah here. I want to help her. And she wants us to find a thief who stole some armor. I need sensory improvement for, that's for a health spell, but I do want sensory improvement anyway, I do need it. I've been putting it off, but, it is a necessary spell. I still don't have enough to use anything yet. Bit of a shame. Now we have to fight some fleas. Nope. That was one of the peacekeepers getting involved. So down here is a boss. Flea. He might be alive or somebody might have killed him. No, somebody has killed him, he's not respawned. Oh no, there he is, he's respawned. Somebody has left the corpse, so we're going to have a quick look to see what's in the corpse and if there's anything worth taking. Usually the answer is no. Most people have already looted anything worthwhile. Unfortunately, that boss flea, all the way down the end, is sitting on the corpse of the guy that I needed to loot. We're going to ignore him if we can. And we're just going to get that. We'll see if we can fight him. We'll see if we can fight him. The problem is he spawns another flea with him. I'm going to try and take out the smaller flea first. Thank you, Feathered Knight. There is, sadly, not a lot I can do with this fight. Oh, except almost die, because I'm not paying attention to my health. I'm going to run. I think I'm dead, because I was not paying attention to how much health I just lost. Oh well. Especially since that other flea's going to attack me now. Yeah, oh well. I was hoping I might be able to trick that into you. Well, I don't know why I thought I could do that. Don't know why I thought I could use that non-combat heal out of combat. Oh well. in fairness, it kind of saves me a walk back. When I eventually do die. There we go. Okay, we are back. Oh, there's a stack of people standing on top of each other. Sarah should be right over here. So it literally did save us about 10 seconds of walk. We want to speak to Sarah. We want to give her this armor. Alright. So the other thing we're going to get from her, while we're here, is the newcomer's armor. Yeah, newcomers. And what the newcomer's armor does is it levels with us. It is a very, very good set of armor to have. I bought 2 boots. I really did not mean to buy 2 boots. Okay, sell that pair of boots. So it starts at level 1, and it costs credits to increase the level, but we're just gonna... That's fine, we don't care. And this armor will likely last us for quite some time. At least until level 60, 70. Okay. Oop. This was the armor I was holding out to wear, so I'm gonna... Chest. Arm. Hands. Feet. Trousers. She also sells a pair of sunglasses, I think. No, that's later. Okay. They also sell these HSR sketch and etch arms. I don't think we'll get the money for it here, but we can pick them up elsewhere. It's for making another type of armor. Honestly, I'm not sure we're going to need it, even later on. So, we need to speak to Vernon Godfrey now. And Vernon is back where we bought our lockpick. Here's Vernon, and Vernon wants us to hack a terminal. So he will first give us these items. We'll do that, show him the item we've made, and go, good. And what we're now going to do is we're going to take this hacker tool. This item also is quite useful because it buffs our trade skills. I can't use it yet because I need to buff my computer literacy. But we're now going to walk all the way back to where we were before. Oops, lag. We're now going to walk our way back to where we were before, to where we shot that guy. I've shot a lot of guys, that wasn't very descriptive, but where we shot the bad dude, which is over here. I missed the steps. I've missed the steps. They're right here. And we're going in this building now. And we are going to this shipping manifest terminal. We're going to access the shipping logs. We're going to apply the hacker tool, like so. Reroute the shipping report data. Job done. Head back. I'm getting lost in a game that I have played for 15 plus years on and off. Amazing. And we're going to go back to Vernon. We return the hacker tool. Oh no, the ID chip. I'm dumb. ID chip. And now we have an ID chip with our DNA and clearance codes on it. And we're going to wander down to the next person, who is Dr. Mason. I'm going to have a chat with him. Now, what Dr. Mason teaches us is how we build implants. What he does is he will go and he will ask us to assemble an implant. So we now need to... So implants... You have the implant itself, and then you have 3 clusters that go in them. Shining, bright, and faded. And shining gives the most benefit, bright gives the second most, and faded gives the least. So what we need to do is we need to buy a leg. So we need to buy a basic leg implant, and we need to buy a level 1 basic leg implant. We don't want to go too nuts here. So the leg is that basic leg. And then we are to build, I think it's agility? Yeah, so we go to shiny. And this is on alphabetical order, which is useful to know because this trade window should have been left in the Stone Age. Adventuring, agility, quality level 5. Then we put that into the leg, and the quest should update. We move to bright. We now need to put in a stamina cluster. So stamina is S, so it should be further down here. They also, you can see that they are in different colors, so I can tell you that stamina is going to be red. Strength, stamina, bright. That goes in. Quest updates. And we go to faded. And the last thing we need to add is a max health cluster. Again, that's likely to be red because it's like health related. Melee, max health, faded leg. And that goes in. Now we go to Dr. Mason and we go, look at this leg that I made. Here's a leg. He goes, that's a very nice leg. Now stick it in you. And we go to this terminal, click the leg, and we put our first implant in, which appears here. And what the implant does is it gives me 7 agility, 10 max health, and 4 stamina. We now go back to Dr. Mason, and then I'm going to give him my chip and the biological survey nanobots. And then we combine the two, say thanks mate, and he will send us to Lorelei. And now we have this chip, which has everything on it. What we now need from Lorelei is the card that the chip goes on to forge our ID. Oh yeah, no, this is 100% a cyberpunk game. This is 100% a sci-fi cyberpunk game. So Lorelei here has lost her reet. And what is a reet? A reet is a parrot. So I go, she needs to give me a hand, I'll help you, what do you need? And she'll say, she wants me to look for her reet. We need to go and we need to buy a tasty peanut butter cookie, which looks suspiciously like a waffle. And we're going to wander down to here. Now, we're going to meet one of the most annoying sounds in the game. Most annoying enemies in the game. The roller rat. I'm going to let you experience this firsthand. Do you like that sound? Hang on. I turned it up just so you could hear it. But yeah. It sounds cute. When you're being chased by about 20 of them, it's not cute. It's really frustrating. This is a boss roller rat. We're gonna kill him. I'm gonna steal his... he's bugged. Okay, of course he's bugged. So what we're looking for around here is a flying pigeon. I see her already. That's Lolly the Reet. I'm gonna go, hi Lolly, please, and we're gonna give her a cookie. And then we're gonna quietly pick up the bird and we get a Reet in our inventory. I stick the Reet in the cage. Now we have pet cage with a Reet. And I was really lucky. Sometimes that fucking bird is nowhere to be seen, and it has a circular route, and you can be running trying to find the goddamn thing for 10-15 minutes. And because every time somebody uses it, it despawns. It can be really frustrating. So we're now going to return here. Going to go back to Lorelei. Go, I have the bird. I'm going to give her the bird. And my chip. And we have an identification card. And that would be the end. We can now leave this godforsaken place, but we're not going to. There are some other things that we are worth doing here. There's a whole series of quests on our app. So we can go to Vornhammond. If I'm going to go to Vornhammond now. No, I'm going to leave that. So what I want to do is we're going to go and farm some things. And we're going to try and farm some items. But I need to work out which ones I need. So I need to speak to Antonio Stackland. So I would like to upgrade my weapon. I would like to upgrade my shotgun. And he will tell me how to upgrade a polished eliminator. So I'm not going to do it yet because... Wait, really? I just need to use the screwdriver on it? Oh. I don't actually have to... Okay, I'm going to take that off. Get my screwdriver. I need at least 8 in weaponsmithing. Okay, so let's do our skill updates. And maybe if I'm lucky, I can get my trade skilling up to a decent enough point. Otherwise, we're going to have to go kill some monsters. Range weapons, shotgun. Range that. Yeah, sadly that ain't moving, so we may have to look at what feeds sensory improvement. Because we need sensory improvement to load. I need sensory improvement to be 30. Ah, no, there we go. There's a trade skill buff. So I can now use the trade skill buff, use the screwdriver to upgrade the gun. I now have a polished eliminator. Now that's lucky, because a lot of guns require drops to do that. So if I said I would like to upgrade my pistol, now if I go bat, right? Yeah, it says I need to get one of these. But for shotgun, apparently I don't. I'm gonna cancel the bat quest. I don't need the bat quest. Is that it? Is that really it? I'm doubtful now. I don't want to leave without... No, that's literally it. Okay, fine. It's just a trade skill check. Fair enough. That saves us some time. So what we're going to do... We have our... We can also upgrade our armor. I'll do that in a bit. Can't be bothered with that right now. Let me quickly check the Arrow quests. Whoops. Didn't need to do that. Eric quest list. Okay. Buy the nanos. Okay. Patrick's son. Can't do the alien missions. Okay. One thing we can look for. And we will get an item from doing so. There is a shiny sword. That is a roller intestines. Yummy. The problem with nostalgia is, I look at I look at all of this landscape, and for me it's quite pretty. But I suppose to anyone who hasn't been playing this game for a very long time, or hasn't been with it since it came out, it must look like shit. But I've played this game a lot, and it never quite loses its charm. They have updated the roller out. I mean, look at that fleshy boy. Look at him. Look how fleshy this dead thing is. I'm gonna move on, and I'm gonna go down here. And this does not. It doesn't look bad overall. No, that's good. That's good. It does have, in my opinion, a bit of a high learning curve to get into. Especially when you realize, oh yeah, you got your class, but you can literally just... You can go and give a bow to an enforcer. Why you'd want to do that, I don't know, but you can. Or you can give an agent a bow. Actually, bow agents are quite popular, as are bow metaphysicists. So what I'm going down for is I'm trying to find this sword. I'm not going to spend too much time trying to find this sword because there's like a point where it becomes kinda redundant to go much further. That is a... What level is that? That's level 12. I'm level 8? Let's give it a shot. I'll probably die, but let's give it a shot. The nice thing about shotguns is they can do a lot of damage. Did that go through? I opened my nano. No, it didn't. See, the damage of a shotgun is like RNG heaven. It does 6 to 36 damage. Ouch. I'm going to loot stuff. What I want to show you is the aliens. So the main like premise of this game is that on this planet there is a unique resource called Notum. And Notum is a crystalline sort of thing which allows for nanotechnology, basically. So all of the spells are nanotech effects, effectively. It's not actually magic. So you have Notum mining. That's the whole point for this entire planet, is a Notum mining planet. And a lot of different factions wanted to have some influence over it. Most of the major corporations in the galaxy wanted influence over it. Why am I not shooting? There we go. But for some reason, it does have some mystical benefit, mystical sort of thing to it, which is in the Shadowlands expansion, which as a Froob I don't have access to. But it also attracts aliens, and the aliens are quite cool. They occasionally attack some of the cities, which does not go well for the aliens. Because most people there are massively high level, so they just kind of like wilt horribly. But I do want to get, at least with this stream, I do want to get us to a major city so we can show you around a bit. I want to show you aliens first. Ah, here's an alien. This is an alien spider, Zix. Unfortunately, I will gain nothing from killing aliens, because the alien level experience you only get for being a paid member. I will at some point probably become paid on this account if I keep streaming this. No, they are so cute. The aliens are very, very cute. But I want to try and... I'll probably try and get to like level 100 or so as a freebie, as a Froob. And then... Oh, that's not going to go well. Okay. Okay, that went a bit better than I was expecting. I was expecting a little bit more pain than that. This shotgun, let me just check this shotgun actually, because I've upgraded it now. It might gain the benefit of fling shot. That's a scout. Again, the aliens are very cute. It has the fling shot special. Okay, cool. So we can now go to the actions menu, and there should be the fling shot button. I'm going to grab the fling shot button, because now I have an actual action I can use with my gun, so I'm not just pressing Q. And we've got... That is a dead boy. More dead boys. Is Specialist Sharaheru going to kick my head in? Probably, but that doesn't matter. So all fling shot does is it just lets me shoot more than once in a short space of time. You can see it's got a 15-second recharge on it. That does sound like a lot. It doesn't feel like it as you start to level up. Your initiative boosts will start to kind of work with that to make it quicker. But also, as you start getting more and more abilities, it will start to kind of just become part of your cycle. Yeah, I'm losing this fight. Pretty sure I'm losing this fight. Yeah, time to run. Run away! Oh, dear. Okay, we're gonna hope that guy doesn't aggro. Okay, it's de-aggroed already. Good. That's the aliens. That is the aliens. I'm gonna heal. We're gonna start heading back because sadly the aliens really do nothing for me as a Froob. Haven't found the sword yet. I really want the sword. The sword will just give me, I think it gives me the nano buff, which will save me about 10,000 credits. Which, considering I have 9,000 credits, is quite a bit. Okay. We are beginning to hit cap. You notice that I'm leveling up now, but these aren't going up. Is that max for my title? My base abilities are too low. Okay, I'm going to increase those. Oh, I've not raised intelligence. That's going to be a... Oh, I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. I didn't raise intelligence or psychic in ages. Okay, so now we're going to go back to combat. Going to go back to nano and casting, and suddenly I can raise these by a lot more. I am so dumb. What the fuck? It happens, I suppose. Yeah, now I was wondering why my skills were so low. I was like, this isn't normal. Why are my skills so fucked? It's because I'm a dumbass. Okay. I'm not going to raise strength further. Right, okay, save. Alright. Let's see. Did the sword drop? Nope. So what I can now hopefully do is use some of my new spells. So that is my first deprive skills, and it's already on the bar there for me. I'm just going to reorder this slightly so that... Oh, hey, buddy. Oops, wrong button. That's an attribute boost. That is a deprive. Need to... Oh, I can't use that yet. So, okay. So, the big trader gameplay here... Right, hang on. I need to go to the UI menu and then open this up. And then we're going to increase the number of shortcut bars. Because... one is not enough. You're going to end up with a lot of these because this is an older style MMO. So we're going to move our long-term buffs up to here. I'm going to remove them from the bar. And I'm going to move the heals up here as well. drop them off the bar, and the follow. And that way, I can now move these down. So I've got a weak health funnel, and I've got an amateur health hackler. That is a heal for someone else, so we can pop that right there. So that would drain me of health and heal someone else. This is the attribute boost that's running. I'm gonna turn off the trade skill one. I don't need it. Then I have skill wrangler, which I don't need because that is for other people, effectively. And what I'm gonna do, so I've already got the deprive. Have I cast it on myself? No, I haven't. So the deprive skills, basically, it drains skills from the opponent and puts them onto me. So, for example, this is giving me 5 to all of these skills. And that's really useful for buffing myself into weapons, which is a big part of how traders work. You do a lot of damage by effectively over-equipping yourself. Unfortunately, I don't have the psychological modifications to use the next skill. Let me just make sure that I've raised that properly. I am off by 1. Okay, great. Psychological modifications, if we go back to it real quick, is influenced by intelligence and sense. Well, I can't raise those. They are maxed at the moment. Am I almost... Where am I? Oh, I know where I'm. I'm on the wrong side of the hill. Okay, so we're gonna pop back home to Oret real quick. I'm a bit annoyed I haven't had the sword yet. The sword is not necessarily something that just is quite a rarer drop. So I can now go in here and I can raise these. I'm gonna raise all of these still. I still feel like I have enough IP at the moment where I can spend fairly liberally. This title level's not so bad. The next title level is quite tight, and you run out of IP pretty quickly. Perfect. Save. Oh, I'm being attacked by a roller rat. Hello. So now I have two things, a ransack and a deprive. Didn't manage to get the second one off, sadly. And I'm going to close this window, clean up the windows a bit. So I want to get this other skill, this skill ransack off on this mini ball. You resisted. There we go. So now, between the two, I have 5 from the deprive and 9 from the ransack, and that will show itself up here. So you can see that I have a 71 in shotguns, and that's coming from those two. And that's how you end up over-equipping a shotgun, or over-equipping weaponry onto these characters. You can do that with... yeah, it's not even close. Like, when you start getting into it, you end up with bars and bars and bars of stuff. It's such an old way of doing things. Also showing a product of its time, this rodent-like thing is called Elite. You get various types of Elite, including Elites and Elitsaurs, I think, from memory. Very, very early 2000s. Still no damn sword. So, Twitch is telling me, I have 4 people in chat right now. That is probably the highest Anarchy Online has had reviewers on Twitch in probably a few years. Oh, I'm being gangbanged. I have to refresh my ransack and deprive. It's resisted both, one before. Okay. Might have better luck on this weaker one. Oh, wow, they are resisting heavily. Yet another one, for God's sake. There we go. I've refreshed my debuffs. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna leave this hill and start trying to head back, and hopefully don't draw any more aggro. Oh, for God's sake! Oh my God! Okay, run. Just run. I think there's an enforcer here. Yeah, he might not actually do anything because he's a named peacekeeper. Please do something, Boris. No? Okay. Alright, I think they fucked... Ah. Now you know why I hate that sound. That always fucking happens. Goddamn roller rats. Bastards. Okay. The elites don't aggro. At least I don't think they do. So I'm going to head back up and make sure I looted everything now that I'm not going to be attacked by the bloody things. Because I think I abandoned some corpses up there. Nope. Okay. Still haven't found that sword. What level am I now? I am level 10. Okay. So, if I were in Clan or Omnitech, I could have gotten some nice sided armor. Sadly, we're going neutral for this, so I'm not going to get the nice sided armor. Oh, he's grey now. Never mind. Okay. Yeah. So we're not going to get the nice sided armor, sadly. So, I don't think... Let's have a quick look at the guide that I have. I do want to try and get that sword, so okay. I'm going to try and get that sword. The guide mentioned that robots drop it better, so we're going to go farm some robots real quick. But I don't want to spend too much time on it, because it drops a very useful buff that I'll use forever. But there's a point where I'm just going to be able to buy it for however much. So... Thankfully, it should be quite easy to kill these guys now. No. That's used for a weapon upgrade. I think it's on the sniper rifle. Since I don't have the sniper rifle, not needed. We're unfortunately killing greys now, so we're not even going to get experience for this for the most part. But I'm being tight, and I don't want to spend money. Especially since I don't have any intention of pulling money off of my other character, because that for me invalidates the point of running this account at all. There's the sword! Perfect. Right, now we have to go and find the greedy reed. I was really worried that was going to take for fucking ever. I was really worried. We have a shiny sword. We now need to go find a greedy reed. The reed might be a problem because he is also needed as part of a kill quest. And he respawns quite slow. That said, I don't think there's many people around at the moment. We've seen a few people, but not that many. And the greedy reed is back where the lolly the reed was. Oh, there's the guard dog. Okay. Okay. Oh, oops. I forgot that happens. I just shot it because I could. Now I have to shoot Lolly the Reed. Even though I don't need her, thankfully. That might annoy somebody. Maybe. Okay, it's gonna take a while to die. So our friend should be right up here. I can see his junk pile. There he is. Can I have your sword? Right, there we go. So I've got my mission, the shiny sword. And now we are going to give him my sword. And then we get our composite nano expertise buff, which gives 20 to all nano skills, which I can't use yet because I need PMSI 61. I'm gonna shoot him. There we go. Oh, I thought he dropped something. I thought he dropped something for the oops. Ah, never mind. Never mind. Oops. I didn't do nothing. I did nothing. So now most of the monsters out here are grey. Let's have a look. Oh, I was able to use it when I had the ransack. Okay, that's nice. There we go. Because this is the beauty of traders. I stole skills, so I can upload that, so I can get more skills, so I can cast better spells. There is actually one more quest I can do that I remember from here, which is kind of funny. It involves a rocket launcher. I'm going to wander over here. And speak to Remy Galoy. Galoy? Yeah, probably Galoy. Do you sell weapons? Don't you give a quest? I thought you gave a quest. Oh, okay. For some reason, that's a paid-only quest. Okay, whatever. Oh, I know why. Because it gives a yeah. Okay, right. So we're effectively done here. I've got what I needed. So we're now going to go up here and go and speak to Vaughn. And we're going to enter the non-tutorial area. In here, actually, we're going to have a quick wander down here. We have some protesters, some clan protesters. We have the Omnitech Omnipol Guard station here. Omni Armed Forces. And then on the other side of this Omnitech building and more protesters, you have the clan guys. Sadly, I can't use these guys at all without signing up for the clans, so I can't get their sided armor, which is a bit sad. Speaking of armor, we do need to upgrade this stuff. So I'm just going to take the chest off, click, 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 click. It's up. We have to do this manually, sadly. Just move that there, because that way it'll just move to this section. I won't have to move the mouse quite as much. Okay, that is my armor up to date. We don't need to go too heavy into the run speed one, but complete treatment on the nanos, yes, the new ones we kind of have to. Alright, I'm going to speak to Vaughn Hammond here. Here's my identification, which is totally not at all forged. And I get some experience, and he takes my card, doesn't give it back, and I'm now an official Rubicon citizen. And we leave the tutorial area. So the two balls, Valentia and Limit, are metaphysicists' attack and heal pet. So the attack is this one, the heal is this one. And that is a Yam, which is one of the main forms of transport. It's a flying mount, effectively. It's a flying car. So we're gonna not bother these people. So we now come through here, and this is the ICC. This is our central sort of hub. It's neutral. I'm going to click this one because we can get a very quick quest from her. It's ludicrously quick. It's a thief stole our handbag, and we just literally turn left and go into the subway. And the whole purpose to this is just to introduce players to the idea of what the subway is, which is a sort of newbie dungeon. There's our thief. Hi, thief. You're already grey to me. Okay. And we should get a nice, pretty handbag. One nice, pretty handbag. And we will just return it. We will probably get like a full level from this. Handbag, give handbag. Yep. So we're now at level 12. Quickly do our level up. Now, I'm sure I need meta creation for something. One of the nano skill lines, the skill line. But I haven't encountered any nano crystals that I need it for yet. Okay, save. So now we have a bunch of choices we can do. We can either go to the subway and we can grind out some levels in there, or we can take a tour. I'm going to take us on a tour. So this is the ICC. This is, as I said before, the main area, and you'll see a lot of people here. I'm not sure. Yeah, Aatroxes in not a lot. You'll get used to that. Aatroxes and thongs. You're welcome. Those are indeed players. And then you go up here, and this is a sort of like hangout point. A statue. More Aatroxes. A Matrox metaphysicist, I think. Weyland-Yutani is one of the larger organizations. It's still going. It's been going for a very long time. Every time I come back to the game over the last 10 years, they're there. They're always here. Always here. One of the main shops is over here. This is one of the general stores. And the general stores are all quality level limited. So I think the first one's like 1 to 50. And that was the old ones. This is like 1 to 125, I believe, in this fair trade. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of Weyland-Yutani guys. And we're gonna pop in here. So yeah, you get a lot of people who are idling in this place. All of these shops are instanced, so if you go in and out enough times, you'll end up in a different instance. So a lot of people are also just chilling in shops. So the first thing we want to do is we're gonna just sell this crap. I don't need this anymore. Keep some things of it. The hacker tool's useful, the lockpick's useful, the armor is not at all useful. This does cold and fire damage. If my weapon does cold and fire damage, then it's useful. My weapon does impact projectile, so absolutely useless for me. That's fine. Just scroll down. That roller rat bit. Also want to get rid of my low-level health kits because they are now doing nothing. Okay, we're gonna sell all of these. I also need to go into this backpack and I need to fish out some of the crap that's in here. No, you cannot sell from your colonist backpack into the shop directly. You need to move it into your inventory. First, the reason... I don't know what the reason is actually. I was going to say there was a reason, then realized that what I was going to say was wrong. I don't think there's a way of quick-clicking them in here. So we'd have to do it manually. But we're almost done. Every credit at this level counts. Alright, and sell. Okay, so we have now a little bit more space. The thing I now need to buy is pharmaceuticals, because I've just sold them. So we're looking for one of these. Alright, we are treatment 88, first aid 64. So we're going to buy the level 10. What did I say? 64 for first aid? First aid. 64. We're going to have to go with the QL5s. We're probably not going to use those as much, so that's no big deal. I now need to put them back in the bar. We're also going to strip out this deck here. Because this was the original one we started with. It gives us 2 slots and 2 max NCU. This one gives us 3. No max NCU, but to be honest, that doesn't matter because the 3 NCU will get... The 3 slots is going to make up for that. That is a non-sellable item, so we're just going to delete it. No point keeping it. The thing... So, okay. We're going to... Let's see what the prices are on these. So, again, my computer literacy skill was 86, and that is with buffs? With buffs. Okay, so we can go to 86. 58. It's most of our money. It's too expensive. We're not going to do that. I do have one for free. So, if starting out, go to 2-3 NCU slot here. We're going to just add that. We now have 1222. So what we can do is either buy them, which is a phenomenal waste of money at this point, or we can pull missions for them, or we can kill monsters until we find them. But pulling missions is probably the best bet because we will have to we'll have to pull a lot of things. So because we're going to have to, because we're not pulling money from anywhere, we've got a whole 7,500 experience. We are going to have to pull pretty much everything via missions. So trader, if we go to the trader nano bin, for example, and we start looking at some of the things that we can now cast, we're looking at 850. But you can see the prices here. Like, it's not going to be long before we're spending 6k per. And I don't want to spend 6k per, because the thing that I want to end up spending money on, I think, because I think this is one of the only things you can't really pull for is implants, because you can buy implants which are your class specific. So here's the trader implant things, and you can see that the level 10 one, that's 1,400 right there, and I don't want to get that. I want to go up. I want to go straight to what, like 20s, 30s. I should be able by right to get into level 30s already, but I don't have enough money for level 30s, so we're going to have to make do and mend here. So but we're going to come back to that in a bit, because I want to give a tour. I did say I was going to give a tour. We don't need to worry about implants quite yet. There are other ways, and I have to start looking at other ways. So, okay. As I said, this is ICC. It's quite laggy in here, as you probably can see graphically. That is because, or at least what I think this is because they revamped this area. I don't think they actually added these as objects baked into the map itself, and I believe these are actually individual objects that are like sort of free floating here. So the arrival hall is where we came from. You have the holodeck, which I can't remember what it does actually. I don't think it does much. I think you can just pick up a quest here. The shopping, which is a little shopping area, we're going to go over there because there is actually a quest over there that will be helpful from memory. You'll have noticed that there are no... That is multi-boxing right there, and that's no shade, right? As I said before, this game is a team-based game with a low-ish player base. You kind of have to have multi-boxing, to be honest. So we're going to go in here. So we have this. What this is your auction house. I may or may not have access to this as a Froob. I can't remember. I'm not sure if it works. And we have more shopping terminals here. And around the back here, we have a bank terminal, which does exactly what it sounds like. And then we have a mail terminal. You can see this blue person, this nice white and pink striped pajama set. Nice. We want to speak to her, and we're going to ask her, what does this terminal do? How does it work? And she'll ask me to read my mail, so I'm going to read my mail. Nothing's happened. I'm going to try again. Okay. Open the mail terminal. Okay, I have opened the mail terminal twice. Fear Lou, please send me the mail. Okay, we may have to wait. The mail system can be a little slow. I haven't read the mail yet. Weird. Please don't tell me this is bugged, because I think you get NCUs for this. Okay. Well, an icon will come up to tell me I have mail in a bit, if it does. So we're going to leave that for now. Okay, so the next thing is transportation. And there are two ways to navigate this place. One is to take the grid, and the other is to take the Wampas. And the Wampas are like fixed point teleportation devices. So, for example, if we wanted to go to the neutral capital city, that's Newland. And this is Newland. Good lord, there are people here. Why are there people here? I don't know why there are people here. So originally, the subway I showed you, there used to be the same subways used to work in the major 3 cities. They now don't. I guess it's because of the lack of player base they decided to constrict it. There is also a bar around here. Why are there so many people? I'm getting scared now. So that's a Bronto burger. Quite a literal Bronto burger. Oh, okay. Oh, tell us help. I think these are bots. Yeah, these are people running bot accounts. So these have been done. I read about this today, actually. This is one of the nice things about the Anarchy Online community, is they are very helpful, by and large. And so people will have set up these bots that will... I'm not sure what they do, to be honest. I will look them up. Not a clue what they do. But there are like buff bots, there are like fixer bots. Yeah, Neutras are us. Okay, here's one of the bars in Anarchy Online. These are NPCs. I doubt there's anyone in here. This is a toilet. Sci-fi toilets. And there's a quest giver for a quest in the future. No one's in here, sadly. They used to be really busy. Like, they used to have tons of people in these places, especially the one in Omnitech, which is called Baboons. Used to have a lot of people in there. Omni 1. So, but I think most people on the neutral side don't hang out in Newland. They hang out in the other big neutral city, which is Borealis. There we go. Pop over to Borealis. I could be wrong, but this is where Bore is empty. So the fair trades are general shops. So you can see that one. If I click the door, it says Advanced Supermarket at the top. And if I keep going down for a bit, this is a basic, I think. If we go in, it is pretty much going to be the same store that we were in back in the ICC. Here we go. Here are a lot more people. I mean, it is a quiet game. I wouldn't say it's dead, but it is quiet. I'll definitely give it that. So we're going to see if we can hit grid access. I can't use grid access here, so we should go all the way back to the Wampa. And you can see, thankfully, the Wampas are nice and signposted with this long blue trail. So I think our next show is Old Athens. Athens is one of the major clan cities. There are two. One is Tyr, which is, by lore, it is the capital city of the clans. No one goes there because it's a complete mess of winding alleyways and streets, and the only way to really travel through Tyr is to go by. Oops. There we go. To go by flying by Yamaha, by flying car, which is a bit of a pain in the backside. So that's the Newland Desert. We're gonna go ICCHQ, which should bring us back to one that allows us to go to Tyr, which is this way. Orange is the universal color of the clans, blue is the universal color of Omnitech, and green neutrals. So this is Tyr. We're not going to spend any time here because this is a nightmare town. So we're going to head to Old Athens. And this is where most of the clanners hang out. The guy with the ridiculously big sword was almost certainly a keeper. Because I'm neutral, I'm not a clanner, I can just walk around here pretty freely. I think I can use their shops. I think I can claim an apartment here if I really wanted to. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I can use their mission terminals as well. Oh, I can't use their mission terminals. Okay, that's it. Okay, I can't use those shops. Maybe I can use the shops inside. I thought I swore neutrals could use all the shops. I mean, if not, that's kind of a big... Athens Paladins are another very big organization that has existed for a very long time. My mail's finally come through. I can see the mail icon in the top left. There we go. Can I use these? Do I really have to be clan? Wow, I really have to be clan. That sucks. I mean, to be fair, it's not that big of a disadvantage because you saw that shop was different. That's the old style of shop, and they suck. They have a much more randomized quality level of gear and not the same consistency of gear. So most people go to the neutral cities anyway. Can I use this grid terminal? Yes. So this is the grid. And I can drop down into any of these locations automatically. This is the fast travel system effectively. So we're going to go to Omni Trade, which should be this direction. The Omni cities, unlike the clan cities, Omni cities are pretty much completely dead. I am not sure why. I think they mostly must hang out in Borealis. Wayland Yutani is the big Omnitech org. Alright, so this is trade. This used to be heaving. So it used to come out here and there'd be people all the way lined up down here. Not anymore. But this is Omnitech. A big market shift in architectural differences. Very brutalist. There are 2.5 Omnitech cities, which is Omni One Entertainment, Omni One Trade, and Rome. So, Omni One Entertainment. This used to be, and this is going back, only 20-something years. Used to be heaving, and this would be where people before. This is where people used to sit here and spam while waiting to find a group to run missions with. You used to go to Omni Ent BB and stand here with a horde of 30 or 40 people. It's a little sad seeing it like this, to be honest, but it is what it is. And then there's Rome. And Rome has 2 districts, Rome Blue and Green. What has happened here? Has it? Oh. It's not crashed. Is it? What's it done? Am I stuck? Oh, okay, sit, stuck. This is a great showcase for Anarchy Online. I'm not, in fairness to AO, I've not seen this happen before. I don't know what's going on. I just walked into trade in Rome. God, get there in the end. And it's done this to me. It should move me to a respawn location. Okay. Has it done it? I don't know what's happened here. Alright, give me a sec while I fix this. Not sure what's happened with that. I've not actually ever seen that happen before. But it's properly bought. There are sometimes you'll find some issues with the new client that you won't get with the old, but I've not seen that before. Let's see if I'm just quitting the client, then gonna log back in. Okay, let's try this again, and hopefully... I have no idea. That must have been the new client fucking up, because I'm now sitting on a patch of grass. Okay, whatever. So there were two, blue and green. We're going to go blue because that is the one that has anything in it at all. Green and blue are functionally identical. And I believe it's going to be dead here. It usually is. It used to be that people would gather at the shops up here. We might see like one or two people just idling outside this shop. But... nope, no one. Oh, no, there's a guy. There's a guy. I mean, my guess would be that people are no longer using this because the subway, which is out towards Galway Shire, is now no longer usable. So there's no reason for anyone to come here anymore, except for this agency. And the agency is the daily mission location. So if I go in here, you have an agency where people pick up daily quests, and you have that for both Clan and Omnitech. I don't know if neutrals get the daily quests. I think I'm slowly beginning to realize how fucked being a neutral is. Those are the major towns. I think if I've forgotten one. Newland, Borealis, Omnitech, Trade, Rome, Entertainment, Athen, Tier, which we're not doing because I don't want to get lost. Yeah, that's it. So we have some things we can do now. What we could do is we could either farm up some missions, which I don't really want to do because, to be honest with you, it's a boring process because I need to have a secondary tool called ClickSaver. And what... has it crashed? Again? Yeah, okay. It's having a good time with this place. Jeez. I may have to downgrade to the other client. You would, and this client, this new client, quote unquote, has been out for a decade. The problem is because I say the problem is it's a natural consequence of this being an older game. Funcom has moved on. This game is basically in life support. Let's try that again. Hopefully I can move. And I must have walked in a straight line. Okay. Let's get out of here before I crash again. It's Broken Shores, ICC. Joe. Oh, I can't go to Joe. That's not going to let me do that. We will have to go Omni-Ent. So we go Omni-Entertainment. And then we will go to Omni-Trade? No, it's ICC. 20k. Yeah, it is. It is Omni-Trade. And then ICC, which I think is back here. Here we go, ICC HQ. So what I'm going to now head over and do is go and do some of the subway dungeon. And I think what I will do off stream, because it's a bit of a tedious process to set up, and I'm not sure it's great content. Is just roll for missions and try and get some missions done to get some gear. The process of doing it is a bit arduous. So this is the subway. We briefly saw it for the purposes of the thief, and we're gonna move our way down here. So initially this was like a level 4? Yeah, level is a really low level newbie dungeon. So originally you wouldn't start in Arret, you would start in a backyard, which is literally a backyard, in one of the apartment blocks, which you could get your own apartment in. And you would level up to 5 or 6 there, and then you come out, and then you would come here. This gray's attacking me. Not the worst thing in the world, because I should be able to land my ransack and deprive on him. There you go, bugger off. What we can find here, we can find a bunch of decent newbie items down here. And the experience in dungeons is pretty good, so we can farm a bit down here. This, you'll find chest implants. The problem with the chest implant, well, not just any, you can find all the implants down here, but they are, I'm pretty sure they're randomized. They're not copies of the trader implants, for example, so a lot of them are just going to be completely useless. I suppose they're better than nothing, but I wouldn't bother, to be honest. So I got a Vagabond Cloak, which lowers concealment and adds all defense 35, and I got a Party Mix, which isn't great. The Stim Fiend, I'm going to kill the Stim Fiends, because they drop health and, well, the Stim things that I bought. I kind of forgot they were a thing that you can farm. What level were these? Level 11, so they are actually slightly better than the ones that I had. What we're gonna do is we're gonna move all the way down here, and we're gonna start finding these Workman Strikers. These are the guys that I want to fight, because they start dropping weapons. I would really like to get the shotgun. It's a little bit better than this, and it will last until roughly level 50. Oops. Wrong button. Meant to ransack and deprive. There we go. Kind of ignoring the shadows because they're less of a... They're lower level, and they're not particularly good experience, and they don't really drop anything of interest. The key thing to keep an eye on is not, well, yeah, okay, accidentally casting that spell on myself repeatedly, but the deprive skills and the ransack skills, these two up here, I really want to make sure these are active at all times. Okay, these shadows are slightly higher level, so they are worth fighting. Oh, I didn't heal. There we go. They're doing a fair old bit of damage to me. And my heal is on recharge right now. I do have a weak health funnel, but it is very weak, and it isn't really gonna... Damn, that's what I thought might happen. It isn't gonna save me, because it's too... I really need the upgraded version. If I'm lucky, and I'm not going to be lucky, I might find the upgraded versions down here. But there are so many spells, nanos in the game that it's going to be unlikely. And there seems to be a predilection towards, like, the fixer nanos dropping more than anything else. Oh, this is going badly. Okay, I should be okay. I should be okay, because I now only have fighting one. Ow, they did a lot of damage. 2, 1, heal. There we go. Whew. I just have to hope this fight goes and no one else aggroes. I should be fine. And I got a fling shot. Perfect. I'm just gonna cast a weak health funnel just to get something back. Okay, we're immediately gonna drop and heal. There we go. Ow. The weapons they drop are basically trash. I don't want to pick them up because I'm going to end up down here farming a different type of weapon, and I could end up with a lot of them. They're not really worth selling, but if I decide to make a different character, I can palm them over to my other characters on this account and save myself some time and money. Okay, moving onwards. I'm not going to fight all of these shadows. We're almost certainly have to fight this mugger, so I'm going to get him out of the way first. Okay, we have a workman striker here. Now I'm going to... Ooh, that's a shotgun. Is it better than one I have? In nowhere near. Okay. So the thing is if I attack one of them, I'm going to get all of them. So I want to start trying to clear things down a bit and hopefully not pull tons of them. So we have to do some very careful pulling, at least initially. Oh, I need to recast my ransack and deprive. There we go. Not least because these guys hit like trucks as well. I'm now level 13. My armor is level 11, I think. Yeah, I could upgrade it, but I have to take it all off. And it's not going to provide a huge load of difference. So we're gonna now see if they drop anything for me. Nope. If I pull this guy... Yeah, good. I just got him. Unfortunately, these are a little high level for me at the moment. And I don't want to risk it too much. The other thing I should have done before coming down here was get the ammunition for the gun that I'm hoping to get. Oh, I need that. That is useful for something else. An early trade skill. Well, I say trade skill item. Not really a trade skill item. Anyone can put it together. I've done it again. Press the wrong button. Hey. Right, that is the first weapon. Yeah, so the illegally modified OFAB series is what I'm looking for. The Hawk is the SMG. Useful for fixers, but not for me as a trader. But this wire is useful for one of the early sort of assembly quest lines. I'm going to stick this in the bag because I'm getting up with a few of these. In theory, you could sell them, but I don't think many people buy them these days. Might be worth sticking on the auction house and just seeing what happens. Nothing. Okay, so we're going to pull this guy and hope that his buddy doesn't join. Okay, we got two. Might not be the end of the world. There's the combat music kicking in. We go from early stim pack use because the recycle's 40 seconds near enough. Refresh those ransack and deprive. Oh shit. We're gonna back away, not today, from him. Because he might decide to join in. We do need the small power supply. The construction sleeves are a nice early level trade skill item. Sadly, engineer only. We'll keep them. These no drop actually. No, they're not no drop. But that weapon is pointless, so we won't pick that up. This game is notorious for the amount of trash weaponry that is, like, some of it is outright traps. Some of it is absolute outright traps. Like, as you have with some shotguns, they have fling shot. And that's fine. Fling shot is fine. But then you'll find shotguns that have absolute terrible damage, but require like fling shot burst and full auto, and it's just a massive trade skill point. IP trap. They kind of started to deal with that, but they never really took the old ones out of the game. They just kind of tried to work around it, really. I already have that wire, I can't pick it up again. Oops. Unfortunately, the downside with shotguns is if I get unlucky on the damage RNG, I can be here a while. And then there'll be some, especially some of the other, there's some shotguns which will do as little as 1 damage. Yeah, so this is exactly what I mean by a trap gun. Full auto, fling shot, shotgun, and pistol. And the damage is 2 to 13. Absolutely awful. Considering the shotgun I picked up from the newbie zone is 6 to 36, and it just requires shotgun. Sadly, this is not a scaling gun. There's a nice pistol set that a lot of engineers and bureaucrats take, which it is a leveling trade skill pistol. But sadly, not what I'm going for on this. I'm going shotguns. So in here we have this can be a bit of a rough fight. Okay, I managed to pull one. If I'm unlucky, I can end up pulling the entire room, plus down where the toilets are as well. I'm pointing at my monitor like you could see me. I've been doing that all day, and it's only just all stream, and it's only just now that I realize you can't see what I'm pointing. Oh, I need to refresh these again. I am beginning to feel that this shotgun could do with a little bit more damage now. So I'm hoping that I'm not here for too long, trying to find this gun. Okay. Nope, and I didn't mean to pick that up. That is almost certain trash. Yeah, again, another absolute trap weapon. Full auto burst, MG and submachine gun, and assault rifle. Delete. I suppose I could sell it. It is kind of trash, but honestly, the amount of crap that drops in this game, you can go without. Right. So what we're gonna do is, yeah, okay. This is why this room can be a bit of a trap. We're gonna pull this guy. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I didn't know how many I was going to get from doing that. I was hoping to just get the striker and not the workman striker, not the architect striker, but I was worried I'd get the 2 guys in the hallway as well and be sent back to a reclaim. I can also see that I'm beginning to get very close to TL cap. Yeah, I've reached the max body depth for this title. I have reached the max for this title. Yeah. I need to be alright. You need to pay attention. This guy's nuking me, and those nukes can really hurt. Right, he's out. He's dead. And heal. Oh, it didn't heal me for a lot. Support beam of intolerance. Yeah. They attack with steel beams. It's an old enforcer weapon that you used to see people running around with. It was steel beams. I used to have an enforcer way back. I named after Donald Rumsfeld because I was an edgy 20-something-year-old, and it was like 2003. And yeah, he used a katana. He had an old man head with tiny eyes. That was my level of humor back then. Oh, I killed him Bumsfeld. that is an illegally modified OFAB Mongoose, the one-hand edged weapon. We'll take it. It's not great. What level am I? So I've hit... Is the first TL cap at 15? I thought it was 20. It's been a little while. Okay, so... No, still nothing. So we're going to go into the toilets and bother the boys in the toilet. Here's a sentence I just said. Okay, he is scarier. And I got 2. Am I going to have to be running? I may have to run. Whoops. No, target myself. Oh, shit. Is he attacking? Nope. Okay. We may have to move, though. Because if I start attacking the striker, then he'll attack. This is where this room gets a little bit frustrating. So far, this fight's going okay. So far, this fight's going okay. Half health. Ow. Okay. I'm gonna loot. What was that? Wasn't. That's just a police shotgun. It's not very good. We're gonna back out. Heal. And then we're gonna take him on here. We should be okay. Should be okay. Getting a bit sweaty though. Also need to consider what I'm gonna. I also need to consider what I'm gonna do for gear, because this gear is getting old. If I get the shotgun will be whoops. Shotgun will be great, but oh, hey guy, hey buddy. Okay, am I full health? I'm full health, so I can now take him on. Nothing. Okay. Again, nothing I need. Unfortunately, until I get the shotgun, I'm kind of stuck here. Because the next area down has a big sort of like HP boost. So I kind of definitely need for the next area to get some basic gear in. I probably also need to find a way to get the Omni med suit. I already have that. Which the Omni med suit is a very useful kind of low-level starter item, which boosts treatment. Everybody needs it, and unfortunately, it only drops in the Omnitech stores. I say drops; it sells only in the Omnitech stores, I think. Unless they've been really nice and have put it in the neutral stores now. Although it's the Omnitech med suit, everyone can use it. So there used to be people who would have Omnitech alts just to buy the med kit. Nope. Is there a guy around here? Nope. So other things we're going to need will be more NCUs, though I'll roll for those. Nanos I'll probably roll for. I will explain that in a bit, actually, how we're going to do that. but I won't actually do it on this stream because I need to install the actual secondary third-party software. There's a piece of software called ClickSaver that will just keep clicking the mission button until it finds the items that you're looking for in the mission thing. It's very, very useful. Very frustrating that it isn't a natural part of the game, because it really should be. I think I've forgotten to refresh these in a while. There we go. Still nothing. Oh. And the thing is these OFABs, the tendency is it's going to be that it will drop anything but the one I want. I mean, we could, and what I might end up doing if I get frustrated with this, is go to the shops to do it, because you can buy certain levels of certain guns in the shops. That might be better than doing it this way, but this is experience and credits and hopefully gear. That's just a normal trench coat. Absolutely worthless. Okay. I didn't get his buddy this time. I have received so many gifted subs since being on Twitch. Not as a streamer, but like just having an active Twitch account. Every day I get a gifted sub from somebody. I've just had one pop up in my feed. Some of them are people I have never even heard of. It's like, oh, you have a gifted sub to this person. Like, oh, okay, that's nice. It's an interesting platform. I was playing Honkai Star Rail last Thursday, and I didn't even realize that I just by streaming it, I was getting in-game benefits from doing it. I was getting drops, and I'm like, oh, I was wondering, why am I getting a notification? What have I done? What's happening? And it's like, oh no, now you've got this in-game benefit. Now you've got that in-game benefit. Oh. I think the people who are watching me also get drops. I think that's how that works. As far as I'm aware, there are no drops for Anarchy Online. I would say like Funcom should do that. Funcom should like do something to advertise it, but I generally think they're just waiting for it to die. As sad as it sounds, they want people to stop giving them money so they can shut it down. But I think that because of how the game works, I still think the game it's a 20-something-year-old game which is running, which it doesn't need particularly good hardware to run. So realistically, for Funcom, this is passive income basically. You have a bunch of people who pay for accounts and microtransactions. It's just passive income. It is very much free real estate. Oh, this guy has decided to randomly attack me now. Okay. Thanks, guy. Yeah, useless. Especially since I can't wear them because it's Omni only. Have I just hit a new title level? Title level 2, Salesman. Yeah, there we go. So I can finally start moving my seals again. So what I did... I need to heal. What I did was... because I've saved in certain places and not built support skills where I don't need them immediately, I have managed to have a little bit of a pull left over from the last TL, but we're now going to start seeing, I think it's this TL and the next one especially, where it's going to be real tight real quick. So we're going to have to stop investing in things like run speed soon. I think most people don't even bother, but don't even bother with run speed until much later levels. But I'm afraid to say, I cannot abide a slow character. It frustrates the ever-living hell out of me. Okay, I'm gonna go up here. There's also a guy further through here who drops some unique stuff, and I want to see if I can get him now. I should be able to at level 15. Yeah, I should be able to. There's guys with crossbows through that door, and they can be a real pain in the bum. Oh, there's another one. Okay. Not sure where he came from, because he didn't just spawn. He must have... I think he came from underneath. Sometimes they can literally aggro through a wall. I almost got excited for a second. I thought that might be my shotgun. It was not. Okay, that was a little close. Not too bad, not too bad. Still nothing, so I'm going to have a poke round here. Yeah, so we have a striker, and a foreman. Well, I'm not going to be boring. I'm going to give it a shot. I might get all of them. No, I just got two. Okay. I can live with two. Two should be fine. The crossbow guy might hurt. We'll see how we get on. Oh, shit. Okay. Hopefully that guy doesn't choose to aggro. I'm actually going to draw back, and hopefully he will be very kind and just ignore me. Bye! Okay, cool. Thank God for that. I'm already struggling with this fight. It's a strike foreman I want. Oh, he is. What level is he? 19. Ugh, no, I'm not going to be able to make it. I will see how I go. Maybe I'll get lucky. I have a heal coming up in 4 seconds. Levels at 5. I have a higher level stim pack than that. Not one I can use. Okay. Right, we're going to run. Actually, no. Before I run, I don't know what that is. I think it's crap, but I'm just going to leg it. Hoping he breaks up pretty quick. There we go, he broke off. Okay, right. In fairness, they don't normally break off like that. In the next dungeon on, they chase forever. So you can only really like kite like this in the subway. Okay. And still nothing. Okay, I'm going to see if I can grab the foreman on his own. If I'm really lucky. Really lucky. No, I'm not lucky. Now see how we go? If I can down the foreman and then run away from the striker, that's a win for me. I'm gonna heal now. Actually, that's a fair point. If I increase first aid, I haven't increased first aid in ages, and I have the points to do it. Alright, there we go. I've increased first aid substantially. So hopefully I can use the level 11 one. In 10 seconds. I think I can live 10 seconds. I think I can make 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Why is it still locked? Oh! No, I need to run. I can't make that. Ugh, right. If I take out the other guy first. Go away. Leave me alone. Alright, they're gone. I'm going to take out the other guy first, then probably run again, then take out the foreman. Alright. Okay, I've got both again. That's fine. In fairness, I should have gone for the striker first the last time, because it would have been less damage taken over time. There we go. And the striker would probably be... the foreman would probably be a lot easier without the striker. See, now I reckon I can kill him. Oh, it's still not the shotgun. And it has burst. Awful. Need to drag those ones out and replace them with these ones. Nope. There we go. This is not going well. Okay, I think I'm okay. Because I heal now. Almost a full. Yeah, there we go. There we go. This is where they all respawn on my head and kill me. You feel the core of your being shift as the source makes room for a divine presence. EPMD has reached enlightenment. That is somebody hitting 220. That is somebody hitting max level. I've had that once, and I got 3 people congratulating me. And the character I got to max level I had had since the beginning. And it took me, it's like a 16-something-year-old character, I think, by the time that I managed to finally get him to max level. And then I realized I had another absolutely massive hill to climb afterwards. Okay, so we got the illegally modified OFAB Wolf, which is the 2-hand edge. We have the Boots of Infinite Speed. That was the item I was after. And then a debuff, which is completely worthless. That's not the OFAB, so we're going to just pump this guy full of lead. I think, yeah, so this weapon doesn't require ammunition at all, which is quite nice. But the next weapon up does. So I have to spend a fair old chunk of change on ammunition. Because you can buy... I don't know why I just used that. Muscle memory, I guess. You can... you can buy ammunition in a large amount, to the point where you basically never need to rebuy it. But it costs, I think it costs like 10,000. I have 11,000, so I'm not going to be doing that anytime soon. Need to check the prices. I'm really, really hoping that this guy drops it for me, please. Nothing. Ah, it feels like the drop rate is worse somehow, and I know that's not the case. I know I'm just being impatient. But we are, I mean, this gun does last a long while, so there is benefit to doing that. Please? Maybe? Maybe? No. We're going to shoot some stim fiends to try and pick up some extra ammo. No, not ammo, stims. Might give up on this for the night. I'm getting a little bored of doing this. So we'll probably leave here. No, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see how deep I can go before I die. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, that's a nice shot. Right. Rather than sit here and farm, I'm going to continue deeper on into the dungeon and get myself killed, because it'd be fun. So, need to find my way down now. Come on, brain. I think it's through here. Yeah, so we then come out here, and then we should have down this route. We should then find our way coming down to the deeper section of the subway, which I'm absolutely not prepared for. Absolutely not prepared for. I may not make it past the next little section here. So, we now reach Infectors. These are aggressive. These just attack straight away. They're not the scariest. They're not the scariest. But this is where aggro becomes a real problem. This used to be the sort of area where, like, solo players would not... This felt like the intention was not for solo players to come to this point. This felt like the area for teams, and you'll start to see why, because the monster density down here goes up. If I'm lucky, I'll win this fight and level up. If I'm unlucky, I'm gonna die before I kill one of them. I'm gonna probably lose. Right. Heal. Okay, I'm fighting the stronger one first, so I might be okay with the next one. Nah. Okay, one out, next one. Nothing. Okay. I don't think I can last 10 seconds with this guy. 8, 7, maybe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heal. Ah, I should be fine now. It does not like me touching the Twitch interface, or touching my my Chrome. It suddenly starts lagging. I think it's because it gets deprioritized. on the CPU, which is a bit ugly looking. But there you go. 3, 2, 1, heal. Good grief. That was unpleasant. Okay. I'm not going to go any further. That's not going anywhere. That isn't going anywhere. That's just frustration down there. So we're going to come up. I'm going to get my level, and then I'm going to head back out to town. There should be a slum runner here, which I can kill. And I'm hoping that will level me up. Yeah, I'm really beginning to feel this gun being crap now. It sucks. It's slow to kill stuff. I'm gonna head out after this. I'm gonna head back up and see if I can buy a new gun, because this gun sucks. But we got a level, and that's level 16. Yeah, things are slowing down now with this gun. We're gonna head back to the surface. Also upgrade my armor, because my armor is still at level 11. That's someone stuck in a wall. My guess is that is somebody who is multi-boxing, because I guess they were on follow and never realized their second account is stuck. If I remember correctly, like, multi-boxing is actually permitted in the game. It is just that so long as you aren't using software to automate. No, unfortunately this isn't a gun I can upgrade. I need to just toss it out in the trash. Sadly, there are some guns you can upgrade and some guns which you can level up, but the gun itself is just trash now. I was hoping to get a shotgun from the guys I was fighting down there, but they were not dropping, and there's only so long I can really farm for without my mind slowly slipping. Okay, back out here again. The shop is over there. I'm also going to save here, because I don't think I've actually saved here. It's not going to make a huge lot of difference, because it's just going to drop me back where I started. Which, well, sorry, when I left the tutorial area, where I left. Oh, yeah, I know what I mean. I know exactly what I mean. Okay. So, if I go to the weapons box, there's basic, advanced, and superior. We're looking for basic. And these are all in order. So I'm not sure what we're looking for here, what it's called. The Home Defender. This is level 47. Okay, yeah, the problem is, yeah, so it'll be the Home Defenders that I'm looking for, but you can see that it goes QL4, QL47. Firstly, that is more money than I have. Secondly, I don't think I can get myself into the 241.21 yet. So it would be a case of jumping from shop to shop to shop to shop trying to find it, which I'm not going to do. Not right now. that is activity for off stream. So I'm gonna sell those. I will also. Oh, I meant to sell the leg. Sell that leg. So we're gonna level up. I still think I'm going to maintain being a neutral. I didn't increase nanopole in a while. Oh, that's a lot of IP I've just spent. Ow. Nanocasting. Because I do like the ability. I've not run neutral before. I've run clan and I've run Omnitech, but I've never actually done the whole neutral thing. And neutral is a different game, different ball game, because you have a lot of limitations. And it's it's limitations in a fun way because there's these like items which you can pick up from Omnitech, which you or the clans, which you can then increase over time just by doing missions. You get these little tokens you add every time you do a mission. And missions are, think of them as random quests that happen in random dungeons, in instance dungeons that are randomly built. You can pick them up here. I can literally just pick one up and go do it. But the problem with them is that, yeah, sorry, it's not a problem. You get these tokens for each one you do. Neutrals don't get them, but which sounds sad. But there is a nice little item that you can get around level 100-ish, which is from the cyborgs. There are as a cyborg open world overworld dungeon, which you can drop a board which replaces the Omnitech and Clan ones with a neutral one. I don't think it's quite as good as the Omnitech and Clan ones, especially not if you're paying for the game. Oh, it's 3. Oh, that is hot. I'm glad I didn't buy those. So the question is, do I have 121 complete? I do not. Okay. So I can't use those yet, but that's not a big deal. I'm not actually maxing my NCU yet. I'm just gonna turn the music down. Because that one musical piece is deafening me. And I probably am like shouting over it on stream, and I'm not realizing it. So 121 complete, I can actually probably get that, but I need to get implants, and I need to do some mucking around, and that is, I don't have the mental bandwidth for that. I do think I'm going to leave it there for today, though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can do a raid. I've never done that. Oh, there is somebody else who's playing Anarchy Online as well. So I was wondering. I was wondering. He's been up for 3 minutes. So my guess is, because I saw my viewer count drop a little bit, and I'm guessing those people went to see him because he's an established guy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you over to more Anarchy Online. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Have fun.
Piece of shit.